perspective. Okay? It's really trying to forget about your lens, perhaps, and see it how are they seeing it. Because I might look at a picture and see something completely different and understand it completely different than what the child really intended. And it's really about what was their intention, kind of what was their meaning for doing what they did. And you can even kind of push it further. So, well, I think over here, where was it? Sandy mentioned with Sandy that there's a person in there, right? I wonder what that person was thinking as they're looking at the window. Okay. Just see what kind of comes up. So just being curious. Talk more about questions there. So some general questions that I like to use in statements. What title would you give this picture? What would you guys title your picture? You don't have to tell me, but just think. Could you think of a title? Tell me about your drawing. What's going on in this picture? Okay. How do the people, animals, objects in the picture feel? Kid draws a car. Also ask him. Imagine the car has feelings. How does it feel? Right. And the kid might say, cars don't have feelings. Right? Or they might say, oh, the car's happy it's in the garage when it's raining. Okay. How do the figures in the drawing feel about one another? So not just how do they feel in general, but how do they feel about one another? Right? If it's a zoo, how does the lion feel about this? Okay. So kind of trying to look at the interpersonal dynamics. If they could speak, what would they say to each other? Okay. Characters, animals, whatever it is. And sometimes it can even help, you know, if you ask them, you know, if there's a lion, can I ask the lion a question? Right? And so the purpose behind that is you're taking it off asking the child directly. It's kind of more of a third person. Okay? Kind of putting a little bit of distance between them and responding, because that might open them up a little bit more. Right? So if I'm asking the lion a question, right, you're not asking the child, they might be a little bit more inclined to kind of respond to that. Okay? Oh, there's that. It has a little girl, boy, house, etc. Something. Okay, a little bit distance in the storytelling. So making sense of the drawing, some suggestions, kind of what, oh, I forgot I did that. So kind of what you guys were looking for, process-related questions. Does the child comply with the direction? Okay, or are they compliant with you? Do they wait for direction, or are they just off and drawn before you even tell them anything? They just can't wait to do it. Okay, more behavioral types of observations. As you're doing it, are they calm and focused? Able to just zone in, or are they restless and all over the place? Okay, that can tell you a little bit about attention. If you notice any changes in their presentation during the activity, right? Is there anything that kind of throws them off a little bit? Any frustration? Any hesitation? Are they super anxious and perfectionistic? Okay. Do they have to start their painting over once they make one little mistake, and even though they have an eraser, they choose not to use it? Okay. Do they work independently, or do they depend on you? Do they want you to do everything for them? Okay. What's that kind of telling you? Content, so how do they feel about their drawing? Is there expressive imagery, or is it just stereotyped? You know, minimal detail, not much going on. What are their responses to your questions? Do they associate things in the drawings with themselves? Some kids will be very open as they're drawing and be like, oh, that's me. Oh, that's my brother. Whereas other kids will kind of want that distance and say, knowing that they know it's just someone they drew. Can they put themselves openly into the drawing? Can they discuss it metaphorically, or is it about themselves? And then is the drawing developmentally appropriate? Okay, again, does it seem to kind of fit where they should be? And then really what I like to just kind of, when I first look at something is there anything unusual? Is there anything that sticks out that seems kind of a little bit different, or a little bit quirky, or a little bit emphasized in the drawing, or anything that they say is really important to them that they point out to you? So it's all kind of in the details.